What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video today. And the Houston Rockets lose to Sacramento Kings 113 to 103. Tough loss for the Rockets against the Kings, and that's been a huge issue for the Rockets this year. That's been the Sacramento Kings 0-3 now against this Kings team. The Kings take the sweep against the Rockets as they lose all three games against the Sacramento Kings this year. I mean, the Kings are only 15-14 on the road going into this game, and the Rockets were 20-9 at home, and so the Rockets dropped their 10th home loss of the season and dropped to 37-23 after winning two games in a row. It's tough to see, and they also remain at the 5 seed. But here's an interesting thing. With the Grizzlies losing the San Antonio Spurs today, the Grizzlies fall to the 4 seed. And now the potential playoff matchup look, it's too early. It's the beginning of March. It's the first day of March. I know that. So it's the first day of March. We still got the rest of March and a good part of April. I mean, the first 18, 19 days of April, there's still NBA regular season basketball left. So more than a month and a half of basketball left. It's way too early to start talking about playoff matchups. But like I said, season ends today. It's Rockets-Grizzlies. I think the Rockets could potentially beat the Lakers in this series. We've not seen this team match up against the Lakers this year with Luka, but we've seen this Rockets team match up against the Lakers this year with Anthony Davis, and they've played well against them. But also, I think defensively, they have the right matchup going up against that Lakers team, and also, I think it could work out. But you don't want to go up against LeBron and Luka. You really don't. And so I think the Rockets can very well win a series against the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'd love to see them face the Grizzlies in the playoffs. I think it's a very entertaining basketball playoff series. So I'm hoping that's the one. But right now, you got the Grizzlies at the 4 seed, and you got the Rockets at the 5. But I would hope that the Rockets could get past the Grizzlies, take the 4 seed, the Grizzlies be the 5 seed, and we play them in the playoffs. So I think that's probably the best situation for the Rockets in first-round playoff situation, because the Rockets played terrific basketball against the Grizzlies this season, went 3-1 against them, and in the last matchup that they lost to the Grizzlies, they didn't have Şengün. So, I'd love to see the Grizzlies and Rockets in the first round, but it's, like I said, a lot of time left in basketball, but the Grizzlies' schedule gets harder and the Rockets kind of gets easier, so I'm excited to see what the Rockets potentially face in the playoffs. I hope it's not the Lakers or the Nuggets, but I really do hope it's the Grizzlies. All right, let's get to this game. 113-103. Rockets drop third loss against the Kings. Sabonis has a hamstring a minute and 16 seconds into the game. He doesn't return. That was tough to see. And, that was really it. I mean, Jonas Valanciunas came in and played a great game, 14 rebounds, 15 points. They didn't have, one guy that led them through this game. It was their whole team. Their whole team played great team basketball. Malik Monk had 16, 5, and 4. Zach LaVine had 20 with 6 and 4. Keegan Murray had 13 points and 5 rebounds, shooting 5 for 11. DeMar DeRozan had 21 points with 6 assists and 2 rebounds. And like I mentioned, Valanciunas had 15 and 14 playing 30 minutes. 4 steals, 3 blocks. Keon Ellis had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. Kings had 13 steals and 5 blocks. This is a great team performance for the Kings. Now, here's a key note to make. The Rockets did make a huge comeback in this game because the Rockets were down 17-3 in this game. Sounds a lot like, what we saw last night with Cleveland and Boston. And the Rockets came all the way back to take the lead in this game, but still the Kings, pushed right back and won this one. But Alperen Şengün had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists tonight, 10 for 16, 10 for 17 at the free throw line. I thought it was a great night for it. His shot selection I thought tonight was great. Dylan Brooks, 12 points, 2 steals, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 4 for 13, 2 for 8 from 3. Solid game for Dylan. I mean, he started off great. He had his second quarter was amazing. It was a huge part of the Rockets' comeback. I mean, he hit a 3. He had a couple layups and ones getting fouled on a couple layups and making his free throws. And so he was a big part of the second quarter comeback, but he missed way too many missed shots for Dylan Brooks down the stretch of this game after his good second quarter. 6 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists for him. And Thompson shot 3 for 10. Fred VanVleet is back, everybody. Not that good of an offensive game for Fred. 1 for 8, 1 for 7 from 3, 3 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, 5 rebounds. Look, I don't think you missed Fred. People talk about how we miss Fred. You don't miss Fred when he shoots on nights like this. But what Fred did, some of the things Fred did tonight that you did miss is like his defense of getting 3 steals. That's something you miss. And then, like his facilitating. Those are things that you really miss from Fred, even when he's shooting like he shot tonight. Jalen Green, 9 for 24 for 10 from 3, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, one steal for Jalen. Solid game for him. That was it for starters. Jabari Smith Jr. coming off the bench, 5.7 rebounds, 2 for 6, 1 for 3 from 3 in 20 minutes. Tari Eason, 23 minutes, 5 for 8 from 3, 3 for 5 from the floor, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Steven Adams, 8 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 for 3 from the floor. Aaron Holiday played 9 minutes. Pretty good night for him. 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 for 2 from the floor, 2 for 2 from 3, 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Perfect night for Aaron Holiday. Literally. DNPs go to Jeff Green, Cam Whitmore, Jason Tate, Jock Landale, Nate Williams, Reed Shepard. I'm just going to say this. I wish we would have been able to see Jeff Green play in this game. He's been playing some great basketball lately. I would have given Jeff Green some minutes in this one. But I guess with both Jabari and Tari, that makes sense. With both Jabari and Tari off the bench, there's no need to really play Jeff Green because, last game, Jeff Green got a lot of minutes. Jabari was starting. There was no Tari Eason. The game where Jeff Green had 16 points against Utah, Jabari was starting, and there was no Tari Eason. So Jeff Green has had some great games against the Spurs and the Jazz in the last week, but those have been on nights where you don't have any Tari Eason. But tough loss for the Rockets. We'll see how they bounce back. It's going to be hard to bounce back when you're playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. I also want to note this one thing for the Sacramento Kings, talking about standings with the Rockets. This is key, and this is, I'm going to say it, Anthony Edwards' fault. The Kings are the 9 seed now. Minnesota has fallen all the way from the 7 seed to the 10 seed. And really, this happened because of Anthony Edwards, because if Anthony Edwards wouldn't get so many technical fouls, Minnesota wouldn't lose to Utah last night. They lost by 1 point to the Jazz without Ant. They would have beat the Jazz, and they'd still be at the 9 seed now. You know what? Minnesota would probably be at the 8 seed right now because Dallas lost today. If they would have beat Utah last night, and they would have beat Utah if you have Anthony Edwards, and he doesn't have stupid technical fouls like he's had this season, as he's all the way to 16. Now they have to play the Suns and KD tomorrow. But let me know your thoughts. This 113-103 Rockets loss was a tough loss. Good to have Fred back. Not his shooting tonight, but his defense and his facilitating, and it just needs to get comfortable. He was not comfortable tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.